what we're showing now is basically the GSA. It's called the Gravitational Stress Analyzer. Some people call it the PSA, the Postural Stress Analyzer. And what it does is it allows you to put numbers to any postural distortion people may have. What's beautiful about it is that you can measure side sway, you can measure tilt, you can measure twist, and you can also measure forward and backward head posture, which is really nice, and then relative to the hips and the shoulders. So how it works is essentially this machine right here, there's a digital inclinometer, and as you can see it's set to 0, and depending if someone's swaying it may move 1/4 of a degree or so, but this is set fairly balanced right now. And so the patient is standing on a self-levelable platform, and then this machine extends up. It can shift up and down depending on the height of the patient, and then what happens is that the machine can also move. So you can twist in degrees and get a different number. And so it works in combination with clamps. So I use a little bit different of a system. I like to use the clamps with the degree measurements on them. But if you put them on the patient, obviously if a patient was more misaligned, what would happen is they would have a degree measurement in tilt, and then you can actually match the machine up to the clamps to get a degree measurement in twist and in tilt also. And then when you add up all these numbers, what ends up happening is you get a global postural measurement. And what's really interesting about upper cervical chiropractic care is that when you're adjusting somebody, you can actually get a tremendous amount of reduction in postural distortion. But what's nice about this machine is it allows you to measure that before and after. And as you can see, we have it right in front of a mirror, which allows you to get the best understanding. So you can put the calipers on so then I can bring it back to center, and fairly easily typically. And then what you can do is you can also put the calipers on the hips, just like this, and then you let them sit there, and then what happens is you can measure the twist and the tilt of the hips also. And then you can have the patient turn around and measure the head, or you can put the calipers on the head to measure the head tilt and the head twist. So you're really getting a global number. But what's also really interesting about this particular machine is if you have the patient turn to the side facing this way, if you can turn to the side facing this way, Jessica, and then you get them to line up their toes. Here, bring your feet up to here. Then what you can see is how far forward their head posture is, whether their ear is over top of their shoulder and over top of their hips. And then you get a measurement from side to side so you can know exactly how far forward this is shifting. It may be a bit tough to see on the camera because we're at a little bit of an angle, so you may get some parallax, but it's really a nice system, and you can see whether or not it's lined up perfectly. So that's some of the benefits of the GSA itself, is to be able to show your patients the posture from all different dimensions. And it's really cool for them to see before and after how their posture is changing. It's really good for retention and for having people understand the benefits of getting their subluxations reduced. So thank you.